Okay, I think we're live. Hello all, hello world. This is day 70 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Yeah, I guess midterms will... the midterms never fucking end, so... yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out how to survive all of this still, but yeah. This week is going along as it has been. I've got a midterm to study for, I've got a OS lab to complete. Yeah, the plan for today then is, I think, getting stuff outside of school that I want to get done. The first thing is adding function parameters to MIR, which is the thing that we've been, I guess, trying to work on this whole time. We've been trying to get function parameters to our language, and it's been going pretty well so far. We've gotten it through the AST and the desugared AST. We just need to add it to one more stage. The second thing is I have an OA to do in sometime soonish, and I'd like to start preparing for that at least. So yeah, we're gonna add that a little bit there. I guess by extension interview prep, because I'm arrogant, but yeah. Let's get started. Yeah, okay. So we have function parameters in HIR now. So what we need to do is we need to go down to MIR. We need to figure out how to represent them here, and then we need to, I guess, bridge the gap between HIR and MIR. So I guess my first question is, how does LLVM generate whatchamacallit? How does LLVM generate function params? So let's have like int test, int A, int B. Hey, how are you? How's it going, Fortnite gamer? I'm very tired. Yeah, I had stream scheduled for half an hour ago, and then I pushed it back half an hour because I'm tired. So, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Want to see what I made? Yeah, go for it. How does this handle function parameters? Do I have .NET 9 installed? Maybe I think I do, but yeah, I don't. I guess I would probably pull it up off stream at least. .nerf. I mean, I probably could, yeah. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, at least. What happens if I do that? Okay. So I guess we have an allocate, and then... Oh, we just... Okay, that's a little bit silly. That's our Discord. You should have me in DM still, at least, I think. Okay, so we generate an allocate, and then we store the value from... Why do we do this? Cleared it? Oh, all good. I mean, my Discord username is the same as on YouTube. When you're applying for a job, I guess I've been like progressively applying to more internships over the past month or two. It's a continuous process. That's kind of just how things are, unfortunately. Okay, so I do just need to like make a variable, I think is how I'm supposed to handle function params. Yeah, So I guess it kind of exists, but not really, sort of, in the function declaration. It exists insofar as like I need to represent them there. And what does a call look like? Oh, okay, we just pass them in as well here. What is no undef? Okay, I guess, yeah, sure. I guess I'll figure that out once I get to that point. Okay, so let's take a look at. I guess we can start by adding it to MIR proper. Let me check this out. I'm quite scared to run arbitrary code on my machine, to be honest. Yeah, this unnerves me a little bit, I will say. I guess, for the sake of an abundance of caution, I will run it, I guess, off stream, but yeah, apologies. I mean, that's not really sus at all to begin with. I guess, do you want to describe what it is, or? Okay, so we need this in the function. So we'd want to start with the function, so basic blocks, and then we don't really have a notion of a register, right? Yeah, we don't really have registers, so this is a little bit awkward. Program that lets you run .nerf files as executable. The password, interesting. That's quite neat. Is there something that nerf stands for, or is it just like arbitrarily named, I guess? Type name, basic blocks, stuff. We need params. What am I gonna make a parameter? LVM function parameters. Value ref. What is a value ref? Okay, well that's not helpful at all. Yeah, this is this is a bit of a mess. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to make our own notion of a register then, I think, or at least like a just like a constant of some sort. How do we do this? Yeah, this is a harder problem than I thought it would be. I don't know how to model arbitrary registers here. I just use nerf as a disable file. No reinstalls. Interesting. That's pretty cool. What are you trying to do right now? I'm trying to. So I guess like let me take a step back. These past couple of days, I've been trying to add function parameters to my to the subset of C that I'm supporting, and I guess the project overall is a compiler from C down to x86-64. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to represent function parameters in, I guess, an SSA IR, because we don't really have values, I guess, as standalone things, at least. And that scares me. I was like, that makes this a little bit awkward to implement. I could probably just I could just make these values, right? Or like value putter. That might be the play, actually. I think that would make sense. And then I store all of the literals in one place, so that wouldn't cause any problems, right? Yeah, literals are all stored in at the program level. So I could probably just do like a vector of what info do I need to keep in this? Let's just type and then name. Type is already included, I think, so. Yeah, so I think we could just do a vector. Yeah, because we shouldn't be rearranging this, so I think a vector is fine. So we have a vector of value putter. It's a function symbol. I guess this is like the optimizer IR, if that answers your question. I guess this would probably be the least awful way to do it. I don't know. Oh wait, no, this wouldn't work. This wouldn't, no, this wouldn't work. These should just be placeholders, right? Of some sort. Yeah, I think I need to like make a new type of value somewhere that works for this. Solution project got corrupted. Damn, unlucky. Okay, I guess we might just have to make a new like function parameter type here that is a value, and then we could use it like that. Yeah, we're not gonna be like linking things straight to it, so. Ooh, that looks nice. Well, thank you for sharing. I apologize for not running it, but I prefer to have an abundance of caution. I didn't use LLVM. That's fair. I guess I've been like modeling LLVM, but I haven't strictly been using it, at least. The idea is for me to, I guess, learn about it by trying to reproduce a decent portion of it, and I guess understand why it makes the choices it does. I think what I will end up doing here is I will make a new, just a straight up value type. Actually, if we have a value constructor, I could just make a value. That seems like a little bit messy. I don't really like the idea of just using a raw value. I guess I'll start with this. I think if we need a new type, we can figure it out from there. I think these would be unique putters, though. Are you using LLVM or just modeling? I am just modeling it, yep. I know they have their own, like, I was just looking at this a second ago. They have this, like, where did it go? It's like this LLVM value ref thing, which is interesting. I don't really know what to do with it, but I think I will just use values straight up here. A vector of unique pointers of values, because these are, I guess, just unique. Yeah, I think that'll be the most reasonable here. Everything is implemented for 1,000 different use cases, so you're probably going to be here for a while. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point. I guess like I do really like the I guess LLVM's goal of just being very modular and very general purpose. So I guess like I think that's kind of, I guess, part of why I think it's cool, and as a result part of why I'm trying to like learn more about it. False positives, I mean, I guess fair enough. Like just in general, it's just like me doing, I guess me erring towards more, I guess like more towards like the end of due diligence. It's nothing against you. It's just like I would try to avoid are running executables from people that I guess I do not know in person, for better or for worse. Okay, so we have parameters. Are you writing your own parser too? I'm using Pectool because I'm lazy. Or just, it's a parser generator that takes a peg. How often does someone come in and send a blatantly executable file and try to give you a virus? I mean, like, it could happen. And like, I don't think it's very unlikely, at least. I'd rather avoid something, I would rather avoid the opportunity for something bad to happen to begin with, for better or for worse. Okay, so we have that. We can get parameters. Should be a ref. Writing an IR or an AST type structure right now? I'm writing an IR right now. This is the control flow graphy IR, I guess. The big optimizer IR. This would be, I guess, a close analog to LLVM IR. I hesitate to say that it is, simply because there's a lot of things I think are pretty important that are missing, but it at least seeks to emulate it to some degree. So get basic blocks, or get parameters, sorry. Will value be fine? Hopefully it's fine. Yeah, I guess we could implement this stuff real quick. Oh, it's right here. Nice. So we can just copy this, throw that there. So type, name, and then we have parameters is stood move parameters. I really don't like that we have so many parameters, but I guess it's kind of what we need here, unfortunately. If we could like get rid of this entry block thing, I think that would be helpful. Or if there's a way I can automatically deduce that. I definitely could actually. I could probably figure out a way to, but that's all small details. I think some of this is kind of just inevitable slush. If I help the way to compilers parse into a syntax tree, turn that into an AST while producing symbols, I could feed that into a compiler interpreter module. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess I should probably show the infrastructure I have so far. So the parser turns it into an AST, which I think I'm trying to keep as close to like the source as possible. And then I have one layer of like desugaring into whatever this is called, I guess. I called it HIR because everything is an IR if you try hard enough, but yeah, there's there's enough instructions. Everything is on my GitHub, so if you want to like take a closer look, feel free to. But yeah, then from there I lower it straight to the proper optimizer IR. Yeah, I'm moving through this a little bit quickly because it's all in a different place if you wanted to like actually give it a close read. But yeah, that's like where the current state of this is right now. There's also a bunch of like optimizer stuff that I've been trying to mess around with at least. So we have, is this on screen? This is on screen, okay. Parameters, okay, nice. First time I built this, I messed up and reached 56 megabytes, damn. I mean, it happens. Do you like statically link things by accident, or? Yeah, one megabyte sounds a lot more normal. Okay, so we can get parameters. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the parameters, but I can definitely get them. Are you in college right now, or do you do this recreationally? I'm currently in college. I'm wrapping up my undergrad degree and starting my master's this current quarter. So it's been a bit of a mess, but hopefully that all gets cleaned up somewhat soon. What else do I need to clean up? I need to clean up the toString, I think. We need to print differently. So we define at name, and we need parameters to go here. In computer science, yes. Let's just say AI helped. I mean, fair enough. I'm gonna turn. I'll turn a blind eye gladly. Okay, is there, I guess, what does this optimize down to, params wise? I guess we just keep their names, which is fair enough. Right? Init LVM, this is 1 dash? Yeah. Oh, those don't keep their names, okay. So we can O0. Computer science, yes. I don't know if I answered that. I might be a bit aloof right now. So the function keeps its name. We have number, we have number. Where did 2 go? We lost the number 2 somewhere along the way. Ah, I lied. It lives here. Okay. Wait, no, we did lose the number 2 somewhere. Where did the number 2 go? Me too? Good stuff. Finally installed Unworking? Ooh. How are you liking it so far? Also, what OS are you coming from again? I don't recall. We need a visitor, I think. Oh, we should also do some other stuff down here to make it less terrible. Okay. All right, we're gonna head back to this this analysis pile. We have this number IR thing. Yeah, let's change this to value IDs. Yeah. So let's change that. And then, oh, actually that cleaned everything up nice. I'll get used more with the bindings before changing stuff. Add new event config, fair enough. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to start. I don't think it's that slow to pick everything up at least, so yeah, you should be in a good spot. If I sent you the code because I found a backup, would you trust it? I would trust it more, but it's still hard to verify these things, unfortunately. I'd probably end up building it from source. Oh wait, this is all of a sudden... Is this fine? Yes, this is still fine, because that's still gonna be a basic block. Yeah, okay, so this is just values now, which is fine. So yeah, we should probably update this to do the thing first, I think. So, source, or okay, so we add params to our functions, barring toString. Okay, before we go further with toString, I wanna refactor this a little bit to ideally use this analysis that we have, or at least reuse it in some way to avoid this counter mess. Does your IR contain type checking? Not yet. Mostly because it's a, I guess, how do I say this? We only have one type right now, so it'd be a little bit silly to check types, I think. That's something I want to add in the future, support for more types and type checking more broadly, but for now it's at a bit of a back burner spot. Okay, so we kind of want to just run this pass arbitrarily, I think. Yeah, this is run per function. So we want to just run this once, I think. Okay, we could refactor this to split between functions, and they all get their own numbers, it looks like, is the goal. Right? Is that what we want? Because this mattered for mem to reg stuff. It shouldn't change anything, but in the event that it does, I think I may as well number it in a safe way. Safe way. Yeah, okay, so let's do number IR run, and this takes a function ref. Yeah, so we can take this. So we can format that. Let's get rid of counter. Let's move it here. Oh yeah, I need to add the declaration for that, but that's fine. This can be a dot now. Yeah, okay. That cleans that up nicely. And here we can run on f, I guess? Yeah, we need to f.get here. Oh, we need this per function as well, right? We need to redesign this a little bit, actually. This was very hastily designed when I was crashing out, to say the least. Okay, so we want a... Wouldn't you want to assign an entry function? I don't think I need to explicitly. I think I just have main defined as like entry, which I will handle more explicitly in the backend, but at the optimizer level, I don't think it matters that much function-wise. For basic, or I guess like per function, I do have an entry basic block though, because that is like a hard rule, whereas I think the semantics for the entry function would change between languages, I think. Yeah, optimizer, no worries. All of these would still be unique, so I don't think that'd cause any issues. We could just keep this as is. It'd be a little bit funky, but it would do the trick. Or maybe I could just like keep it on a no, we're not gonna think about that idea at all. Yeah, so we have that. We don't have the function level one. That doesn't need to be an override because this is just unique. Yeah, so that should be a putter, right? Or is that a ref? How do I... This is a unique putter, right? Yeah. So that would just be a putter. So I'd have to make this a putter, which is annoying. Yeah, okay. So that's what I need to do, which is fine. Just a little bit ugly. Okay, that's all cleaned up. Yeah, this seems fine. Update number IR to on a function level, I guess. Okay, so that's fine. So we can go back here now. We can do something a little bit gross, because surely we don't have like a billion functions. I don't think the overhead of doing this multiple times is that bad, surely. So we want stud, unique, footer. We need to import. This is so silly. We're importing a pass here. But instead of this, it's analysis, number IR. So we have a unique putter to the number IR, NIR, I guess. Or even, we can even just, we don't even need the unique pointer here, I think. Yeah, so we can do that, and then NIR run on this, I think. Okay, and then we can get rid of this crap. And then, oh, this is annoying actually. We might just want to get the whole map, I think. Yeah, I think these are fine. I think we do need to get these maps in some way. Where does this come from? What is basic block IDs? Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we want those. Get basic block IDs. and then get value IDs. Yeah, I know we're breaking encapsulation, but you know, we're here for a good time, not for a long time. So who gaff? Who really gaff? I will probably gaff eventually, but for now I don't gaff. So I lied. I do gaff. I know how to do this in a less awful way, actually. So let's get rid of those real quick. Let's rewrite this in a way that doesn't make me pass them in like that. I could also make these take like default parameters as well, but that's like a future thing that I could work on. I'm gonna write that down. That might actually, this is gonna be a bit of a tangent. I think it's worth doing. To gaff or not to gaff, that is the question. Yeah, that's how we roll. Where is basic walk to string? This is where we are. Yeah, so instead of having this stuff here, we can just give it we can give it number IR and IR. Yeah, we can give it the ref, I guess. And then we'd also need to refactor so many other things here, actually. We need to change the visitor. Yeah, so we have that. So we have NIR, get number of this instead of that pile. Then we want toString of NIR, get number this. Yeah, I mean, maybe we just save this somewhere. Int 64t block ID equals NIR, get number this. Change that. Block ID. Yeah, that seems a little bit less awful. Yeah, I know I'm taking a negative number from an unsigned int, but like, give me a break. Maybe it's cleaner if I just give it a putter this whole time. And then we can do like unique putter stuff. Or, yeah, we should do a putter because I want this to be nullable eventually. Midterm for computer organization, good luck. You got this. I know you do. Yeah, okay, we can keep passing this putter down. Discrete midterm? Youch. Yeah, you still got it. I know you do. Okay, what else do we need to change? We need to update the toString visitor. Number IR, putter, NIR, I guess. NIR. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just take a second to fix all of this header stuff. Okay, so we don't need these two anymore. We can replace them with number IR, putter, NIR. What's wrong here? Oh, is this circular? Is that what's happening? Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna have to. We're gonna need to do this thing, right? Or we want using middle and number IR. How does this work? Number IR like this. Or are we just gonna class number IR? I don't know. This is so annoying. Okay, we're gonna need to using number IR equals. This is a mess because we need to like kind of just declare this on its own to avoid a circular dependency. I think this is the least awful way to do it. We want number IR like this. Or how do we do this? Can we just for declare like that and call it a day? I guess we can. I don't like this, but it'll do, I guess. Yeah, so we want to put her there. We want to change this to number IR putter and IR. And then that simplifies a lot of things. Yeah, okay. I think we'll figure out the nullable stuff in the future. I don't think I'm going to be printing like arbitrary functions, so I don't think it's a problem. But in the event that it happens, it's nice to have the option to have it nullable. Yeah, we could run this once at the program level, but we could also not. I think we don't. I'm a little bit lazy to manage that. Yeah, so we can run it per function. Basic block, we can get rid of that, replace it with number IR putter and IR. The rest of this I think is fine. We can leave as is. Okay, what else do we need to change here? So many things. Okay. Incomplete type NIR? We definitely use that. Oh, wait, there we have. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me a second. I need to use the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. As a person who's never used Hyperland, I sometimes get very confused. Yeah, I mean, it takes a second to get used to, but once you do, it feels like you're flying. Let's see how I can handle this namespace situation. How do I forward declare, or how do I declare something that's only in namespace middle and in the same file? Oh, okay. I can just do that? Wait, that's useful actually. I'll do that then. So we want class. We want number IR like this. That's fine. And then, okay, that fixes the problem here. So the two files, the actual GUI is lost. Okay, yeah. I'll take a closer look at this after stream, unfortunately. I low-key want to get this done before I call the stream at least. There's just so much stuff I want to do, unfortunately. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. We need to change this. Okay, so this is per basic block. So we give it an IR? Or like that? Not sure how it works in call. Yeah, we'll see how the timing works out at least. I just want to see how much of this I can get through first of all. So we got NIR, number, and then we give it V, like that. Okay, next instance. What is wrong here? Oh. So we want NR get number A less than NR get number B. What's wrong here? Oh, whoops, these are arrows. Appointments? I mean, again, I'm prioritizing my own stuff. I hope that's like at least somewhat reasonable. Yeah, apologies if you like really want to show it, but I do want to just get through my stuff first. Because this whole stream thing is very selfishly for me to get more of my stuff done. So yeah, I hope you understand, and I apologize about that. So we want NR get number iter first, I think is what this was before. That would make sense. Watching you made me get into web development. Ooh, fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, backend's still cool at the end of the day. It's all, at the end of the day, I think everything is kind of all kind of the same. As in like, everything ends up being, like, code is code at the end of the day. It's just like, depending on what you enjoy, I guess you will find some types of code more interesting than others. Like, if I had to write front-end code, I would still get over it and I'd be fine. It's just like, it's just a question of like whether it's enjoyable or not, I guess. And for me, I think like I could force myself to enjoy it, but like it takes a lot more effort for me to enjoy like front end, for instance, rather than something like compilers, which I'm doing right now. Only on competitive, so it's a bit different, but it has its own charm. Yeah, I think it's all problem solving at the end of the day, and that is just really cool, at least. I wish I did competitive programming. If I could go back in time, that is the one thing I would do sooner. I think it would have set me on so many more correct courses than I currently am, at least. I think that's everything here refactored, possibly. Yeah, this is fine. You can just run it with this. We can pass it down like that and call it a day. Okay, let's make real quick. Uh-oh. HR to MR. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. That is supposed to break, I think, which, fair enough. Okay, let's refactor MIR to use, or toString to use number instead of generating maps by hand. All right, so now I think we're good. We're just gonna hope this works because we don't have a way to test it because we can't build it because we've made the other changes from before. So I think we're just gonna pray that it works and update HR to MIR, which shouldn't be that bad. I don't think it's supposed to be that bad. We're just gonna have to like change a couple things here and there. I need to add to function calls, I just realized, but that's next step. Okay, so make unique. We need to agenda parameters. We want std vector, std, or we want mr value, or std unique pointer to value, to mr value. Params, I guess. So for each we have a type and a name. Yeah, so we have type, or we just have types, I guess. It's in the symbol table, so I think this should be fine. We just have to generate this in a interesting way. We'd have to do it in what's it called? It's sort of like a declaration where we set value mappings at least. Yeah, that's what we need to do, which is really annoying, I think. Yeah, we need to do this above then. Yeah, we need to do it here. So we want param type, param name, I guess. In F, get parameters. I think we might need braces around this. I wish I had the project not corrupted because I want to make the app icon the ICO file, but I have working build. I mean, fair enough. I also think like you definitely can like continue working on it. Like nothing precludes you from that, at least. Yeah, decompiling to get the code back is not fun. That sounds terrible. Okay, so we want I think we need to make this first. So if start a basic block. Oh, I see. Ah, this is so confusing. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we need to generate things in the start of basic block at least. Yeah, because these need to be like variables at least, the params we pass in. So then, god damn it, okay. So we want value mappings, or we need to make this above here, I think. Yeah, so we want visitor. I guess we should make like an add param thing. This is more complexity than I was expecting out of all of this. Okay, let's. What am I doing? Okay, let's make. I'm gonna do void add mapping, I think. Or we could. Actually, we could just give it the parameters in the constructor, and that would be nice, I think. What type is this? Can I just do like std vector? Let me clear that. Parameter? Or HR parameter? Parameters? Oh, wait. Okay, so that doesn't work. Is it just parameter? Okay, so it's HR parameter, but it's not HR parameter. Wait, what? That's not what I was looking for. Oh, typo. Good comms. Thank you. Parameter. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we have parameters. Yeah, that solves all of our problems actually, so we can get rid of that. So we don't need that anymore, I think. Or, wait, no, we do need it. We need this because we need to make the function a thing. Okay, let's do that, and then we can also like. Is this the best way to do this? Okay, I think this might be the least awful way, or at least off the top of my head. Okay, new plan. Let's skip that. We're not even gonna care about the typo. We're gonna MR value, or we want a std unique putter to MR value, just a straight up value, which is a little bit cursed. Add parameter. So this will take a MIR type, type, and then MIR, or we want a Atom identifier putter name, I guess. Yeah, okay, so we can do that. We can throw this right here, actually. So we can do that, and then what this will do is it will create a value, register the value, and then return the value, I guess. So we have auto param is stood make unique of mr value. This is just a, so this takes just type, I think. Oh, this does work. That's really cursed. Okay, so then we want this is annoying. This is really annoying. Okay. So we want like sorry, and then start of basic block is set to true by default, right? Is it? It should be set somewhere. I don't know where this constructor went. I don't know why this constructor is on top. Let's move that real quick. This seems very incorrect to me. Yeah, that seems more correct. Okay, so it is set to true by default. Okay, wait. So we make the param, and then oh boy. Okay. So do we want to make the allocate straight away? I think. Right, because if we look in what's happening here, we make the allocate and then we store. I don't think this order here matters too much, so we can kind of just do that. Okay, so we want make allocate, make store, insert, I guess. So we can do that, and then yeah, and then I guess they lose their names, but that's fine. They get numbers back. Oh, this is so confusing. Okay, let me reason about this more. Yeah, we would just handle this like an allocate to the thing, so that would be fine. I think this solves all of our problems, and then we can just return param, I think. What type is this? Yeah, we could just do that, right? Okay, so let's make the allocate real quick. We do this somewhere down here. We definitely do this somewhere down here. It's just declaration, I think, or declaration and then the assign, I think. We can just steal that real quick. Yeah, so we need this as a minimum. So we have T, we don't need T because we just have the type, or type, lol. Something seems wrong about this. Why doesn't this just take type? Why is this so borked? Why is it MIR type? Wait, am I tripping? Type? Like that? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we want that. So we have type. This should be T, I think. Okay, so we make the allocate. Yeah, so that sets that. This is just name, I think? Or wait. Yeah, we want name here. What's wrong? This needs to be HR to MIR visitor add parameter. Okay. And out of line. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we have the allocate. And then we also real quick want to make the assign real quick. So we can steal that. Man, I love reusing code. This is great. So the value is just... The value I think we can just take... What type is this? Type auto? Okay, like fucking hell. Okay, this is a value putter. So we've already made the thing up here. The literal value up here. So we can just take param, I think. Yeah, so we have the allocate. We don't even need this. We can just allocate get, and then we can take param or param get. Okay, so that makes the store. Yeah, so we have the allocate, we have the store, we set the mapping, we can push both back, and then we can return the parameter. And then I think we're set for that. The funny thing is I worked on that executable and lost track of time starting 11 a.m. and forgot to eat until 2 p.m. Yeah, that's kind of a that's honestly a vibe. I've definitely had days where I've just like worked from like 2 to like 10, and I'm like, oh crap, the entire day's gone, and it's like, well, crap. I mean, like, I think most of the times I stream past 2 hours, I think that is roughly what happens. So I feel that. Have you ever built or worked on an AI? I'm currently taking a deep learning class, so in that sense, yes, I'm working with a lot of neural networks. But in terms of like a personal, project, I haven't really done anything interesting on that end. Yeah, AI is a very broad term, at least. I've taken a couple of like AI, quote unquote AI classes here. A lot of them focus on like classical AI, but machine learning is quite cool. I'm enjoying learning about it, at least. Staying away from vibe coding and writing code through simple and pure thinking will improve a lot. Thank you. I kind of realized that at least using AI for like code auto completion is like, it's like truly damaging to my growth, at least. I feel like I don't really learn a lot from it, and it also just like feels kind of awful. Just because like the main reason I like enjoy writing code is because I get to like make the creative choices, not because I want to review code for the rest of my life or have something that like works. I care more about just like the learning that goes into it, at least. So from that standpoint, AI makes little to no sense here. I still do use ChatGPT to like, I guess, learn how to do things, but it's not like doing things for me, at least. Like for instance, I literally just asked it like, how do I deal with like this sort of nested namespace stuff? And if you look at the top here, not here, but in a different file, here? Yeah, we have a second sub namespace up here to handle that thing. Sent a video instead showing it? Yeah, I guess I could take a look. Do you mind if I show it on stream, or is that something you care about? Also, what's good, Skittles? Sorry I didn't see your message earlier. I've been doing all right. How are your classes? I don't consider LSP as vibe coding. I think LSP, depending on how you use it, I think it could be kind of vibe codey. It's very easy to like accidentally, I guess. It's very easy to, I guess, just become dependent on it. But if you're using it to like learn a new code base or like learn a new language, I think it's very powerful. Or just like save typing, because typing is annoying. We don't like typing. Like, we like typing, but we also don't like typing. One got canceled. It's a pretty chill day. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, so we added this, what did I just call it? Where am I? Okay, we added this add parameter thing. So now we need to we need to take this add parameter thing, and then we need to add all the parameters, I guess. So we have the visitor up here. We have params, and then for auto, param type, param body, or name. This should be a ref in f get parameters. Here's one instance where LSP is helpful, because I don't want to figure out if it's a dot or an arrow. So, params, or we could even just, let's make this more verbose. Okay, so we want, param is, we have visitor, add parameter. Gonna redo the video? Okay, sounds good. Okay, so we add a parameter to, or we get param type, param name. This is, right? This is a get. Okay. So you get it, and then params push back param. Or, sorry. Oh wait, what? Okay. Surround word with parentheses, did move. Okay, so that handles that part. Okay, so that, I think that actually is all we need for the most part, to be honest. And then we have this nice parameters list, so we can just throw it into the constructor now. So we have name, and then stood move params, and then what's wrong now? No matching. What? What does that constructor take then? Where'd it go? Type name, unique pointer value star. What am I doing? Yeah, this should just be unique pointer value. I don't know what I was thinking there. Yeah, let's get rid of that. This is also not value star. There we go. Okay. Using LSP is when you don't have deep domain of language, but the listings are really good. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Again, like, to each their own, but I think the most pedagogical way to use LSP is to like figure out what there is, and then you want to like get to a point where you don't need the LSP, but it's nice to have anyway, I guess. All right, let's build this. Let's see if this works. Please build. Looks like it's building. That's very good. And the nice thing is we don't need to touch parameters ever again, I think. Because those will just stay there as a unique pointer store at least. I need to change the toString, but I want to check that this builds first at least. That would be very important, at least. I think would be very important. Okay, so I think that means it passes all the tests because we should skip like a bunch of tests. So let's run build bin regression tests. Yeah, okay, so we skip a bunch of passes tests, and then we skip all the tests with params because we haven't written them yet, which that's exactly what we want. Okay, so we want debug bin panic. Let's dump AST on test regression input params. So that's the function we're working with. Let's dump out HIR. And then what happens if I call MIR? Oh, right, it's O0. Okay. Nothing changes, which is expected. Okay, so we need to, let's change the name first. Or let's change the print real quick. Fix MIR bug, and we support function params in HIR to MIR. I still need to handle all of the call stuff. Let me just write this down. O0, yes, as opposed to like O1, O2, O3, like in LLVM, or I guess like in Clang, or like in G++. Okay, so we want to fix toString, add params, or add args, lower args, and then print args. Go ahead, Noah. Okay. Yeah, let me just ignore the slush in my downloads folder. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay, and then this is like password change, presumably. Okay, so then that's the file. Oh wait, I didn't know that like the File Explorer actually supports that. That's cool. Or like custom files at least. Okay, so then that doesn't. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. I can't lie. Okay, well. Yeah, I'm a fan of this. I've never understood how to make like .NET whatchamacallit, like .NET like GUI programs, or just like GUI programs in general. It's never really clicked for me. It's never really been my thing. So seeing other people do this stuff is really cool to me. Yeah. That is okay. This is a Oh, this is the, whatchamacallit. It was like Lewis Snip, I think. That's what the thing at autoplayed was, but yeah, that is really cool. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So the list of things we want to get done, I guess from here forward, we want to print the function params, and then we want to just like do everything that we've done again for like calling things with args. Still learning the purpose of the program. If I'm understanding it correctly, it's just like basic password protection, or maybe it's more complex than I understand. But that seems like at least the core functionality to me. Presumably Nerf is quite complex, and I do not know a lot about it. So, to the uninitiated, it may look simplistic. Okay, we want to add function arguments real quick. Nerf is mostly unused. Interesting. Is it just like because it's obscure, or is there like a more concrete reason? We go to instructions. We have call. Where's call? Okay. Oh, here it is. Found it. So you have type, function, and then stood vector of value star args, I guess. Arguments. We want to do that. And then we want like we want ref get arguments. Yeah, okay. So we have that. That's big chilling. We just need to implement that real quick. I definitely should. This is definitely not the right order I should do this, but it seems reasonable for like completeness, so I'm gonna do it like this. So we have callee, and then we have stood vector value star arguments. So we have callee, and then we give it arguments. We love initializer lists. Not initializer list. What is this called? This sort of structure for initializing. Just joined now. Good luck with what you're working on. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this stuff. Wait. Oh yeah. That should be a pointer. That's fair enough. Okay. Oh, whoops. This needs an instructor call. Instructor? Yes. Instruction call. Inline initializing? That might be it. That sounds familiar to me at least. Okay. This makes sense to me. I think this is fine. Yeah, okay. So then okay, so we've added args. Now we need to lower args. How do we lower args? It's kind of just the same thing, right? Add function call args to mir. Anonymous initializing? That sounds not like what I am describing, at least. I don't think we need to edit anything in the header. We just need to find where things are wrong here. So we have Kali, and then for auto, what's it called? Arg in I get arguments. We would need to load, right? Yeah, we need to load. Oh, damn it. Okay. Okay, we need to do that, unfortunately. Okay, so we want to yeah, so we can just do this, I think. We have a get, and then we can or is it just it's just this, right? Or wait. No, wait. Which one do we care about? Oh, right. Resolve Atom does that for us. I forgot. Constructor initialization list? Okay, fair enough then. So I guess I was right in some way. Some very morbid way, I guess. Okay, so we want resolve atom. That is what we want to steal. Okay. Argval. Instead of get value, this is just arg, I think. Yeah, okay. So we have argval, and then we want a vector of mr value putter args. We want to push back argval. Yeah, okay. So we just load, we add a load, and then we do that. The whole point of that is I was searching online for a way to add password protection to executables. I see. Yeah, I guess that makes sense then. That's a very good use case for that, it seems like. Also, am I genning the function stuff at the right place? Real quick, let me check. All right, we have output up here. Store. That seems not like what we want in there. It looks like it's undefined in some way. Or we might have forgotten to name it, I think is what happened actually. It just occurred to me. That might be what we were missing real quick. But one thing at a time. Let's finish this. So we push back that should be fine. Oh, we just don't cover it in the numbering. I see. Okay. Yeah, it's so easy to get lost in time just working on projects. Yeah, this loads everything, and then so we have type, we have stood move, or we don't even, yeah, stood move just to save space. Or wait, no, this is after args. Okay. So then we can do the same thing here, I think. we can replace that. Okay, so that handle is lowering args, so now we just need to print everything. So real quick, let's build. Oh my god, I'm blind. Okay. Make. 5 keys for games? Ooh, fun stuff. So you did a giveaway? Ooh. I should do a giveaway eventually or something. I don't know what. I think it'd be fun. Or even just like a community challenge of some sort, actually. I have plans for something coming up in December, actually. If you look through my repos, if you've stalked me a little bit, you will probably know what the idea is, but I'm not gonna say it explicitly for a bit. 200 people instantly react? Crazy. Crazy work. Okay, AST dump's fine. MIR doesn't exist, as expected. HIR. Okay, -0. So we have the call here, we have the loads, and the store, okay. Encrypted keys is crazy work. That seems fun, to be honest. I would thoroughly enjoy that. Okay, all we need to do now is we need to fix the printing. So, yeah, let's get started with that. Also, this looks like it prints the basic blocks correctly, I think. I hope it does. We'll find out very quickly if it doesn't, but yeah. Okay, let's... I feel very frazzled right now. I don't know why. My brain is not working today. Okay, let's go to the toString stuff. Function toString, okay. So we want this. Want to add this. I think we want to throw this up here. We can get rid of that to do now because we're literally working on that right now. So then, so start with that, and then where is my comma separated list printing? I guess I have that like everywhere, right? I should have it up here as well. Yeah, like this. Maybe I should make like a print helper for this. Seems very reusable. So we want params equals f get or all right, no, we can just. So we want parameters begin. Alright, we don't need that. So parameters begin, parameters end. If it's not parameters begin, then we got a comma. Is that how LVM prints parameters? Yeah, okay. So that, and then instead of this, we want iter get, and then get type, or how do we print things again? This is very awkward. Oh, value to string. Oh, okay. Giver ends in a winner selected. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of always how it is. Like, I mean, like, it's supposed to be for a lot of people, so I think that's like fair enough. Do you use Visual Studio 2022 at all? I don't think I do. I think the only reason I've installed it is just for like the Windows C++ runtime. and then I decided to use WSL. So I don't have much experience with it, at least. So yeah. And also I'm on Neovim, so like, what do I got to use? You'll want that or Writer? Yeah, they're making us use Writer. It's a little bit miserable, but I mean, it has Vim binds. That's good enough for like writing like 20 lines of code per homework, so I can't really complain that much. Yeah, okay. We don't need to change a thing here for params, it looks like. But we do need to make the toString visitor, I think. Or at least some toString visitor. Yeah, we need a different way to handle this thing. Okay, so this, yeah, we should just like make a new toString visitor here and call it a day, I think. I'm quite lazy with it. Yeah, okay, let's make another toString visitor. Are these the same file? Those are not the same file. That would have been a trap. Where's my basic block print? Can't believe it's day 70 already. Feels like yesterday I was single digit. Yeah, it's definitely gone fast. Yeah. I've been here since day 1 or 0, quietly lurking. That is really cool, actually. Yeah, thank you for being here this whole time. Okay, let's steal that. Can I just like do that? That seems cursed. But I guess that works, so sure, I guess we can do that. So we want, or wait, no, we don't need to do that. Right? Because these are just values, so we can kind of just print by hand, I think. Yeah, or wait. No, maybe I should use the thing here. Let's do NIR or visitor value to string. Type string, actually, I think is what I want. I only have this just as a utility thing, which is a little bit silly, but I mean, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, so we want to give it iter get, I think. Arrow get. Okay. Yeah, so we can print the comma separated typed string list, and then that should resolve itself. So let's rebuild. Oh, 0, okay. Yeah, okay, well, it definitely prints correctly, for for better or for worse. I think the reason it's broken right now is because I don't go over params yet in the pass. Nothing else should touch it, so none of these should affect it, which is ideal. It only affects the things that it comes from, which is fine. Yeah, okay. Sun analysis, that's fine. This needs to change. Okay, so we go over basic blocks. We need to, before we go through the, before we iterate through the basic blocks, we need to go through the params. So auto, param in f, get parameters. What type is this again? Vector of unique pointer of value. Okay, so for each unique pointer, value IDs at param get equals counter plus plus. Okay, that should fix everything. First project I made got lit up by VirusTotal because I had no idea what it was doing. That's fair enough. That seems like a pretty normal experience. I gotta go. Take care. Thank you for sharing your project, and hopefully you have a good one. Okay, these print correctly now. That's good. That is very good. That is very ideal. 20 for detections. That's how it would be. I can only imagine what the what like word plugin writers have to go through with their mess. Are you using tmux or Western Mux? I am using tmux because I prefer the persistent sessions, and it's also just like a more portable config, I think. Okay, so that fixes that. So we just need to fix one more thing, I think. Let's commit something real quick. Yeah, let's do it like this. It's meant to be a calculator app that can also do sales tax calculation. How could that possibly throw... How could that possibly throw so many detections? I don't know. I'm sure there's like some really obscure thing that causes it, but that's really funny. I imagine that's just kind of the Windows dev experience though. So we add parameters to IR numbering. Let's make test real quick. Okay, everything still runs as expected. And yeah, okay. So then the last thing we want to change is the call prints. Where's call? There's call. How do we call with parameters again? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So if I get rid of these parameters, what happens? Let's do that. Let's just do that. Yeah, okay, so that still has parentheses, which I'm missing, which means I actually did this wrong. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, okay, so we want that, I guess. So I want to start with that, and then hr.c++. Good night, I got class in the morning. Yeah, take care, man. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, we can steal this again. We have args. Arg. Yeah, so for each of these, we do that. We can just do results directly, I think, here. What's good, Kaido IGL? Okay, so we want value to type string? Yeah, typed string. And we give it iter get why doesn't this work? Base type value putter is not structure or union. What does this take though? It just takes a value putter. That should work. What type is this? Oh, wait, no, this doesn't have a get, I think, right? This is just a it or deref, I think. Right? Okay, perfect. Alright, so that should work. And then result, I'm gonna add just a close brace. Do you have your new vim config somewhere? Yes. All my dot files should be on my GitHub. It should be pinned. Alright, this might break a bunch of tests. We'll have to see how it breaks everything, but okay, perfect. There's some small syntax things that are wrong for obvious reasons because we added parentheses now, so that's fine. This call looks correct at a glance. What happens if I just run it with optimizations? That's not supposed to happen. That is very much not supposed to happen. I'm not sure why that breaks so badly. Oh, I know why. Mem to reg is still broken. So get commit. Or wait. Why do I change here again? Is this just... Oh, yeah. Let's add this instead. Add or lower args to mir. And then print params and args in mir. Okay. Yeah, so the last thing I want to change is fixing mem to reg. I think that is the only other thing that could possibly interact with my function args right now. So that is causing, if you remember from right here, that is what is causing these to be -1, or I just like broken values. So we'd ideally like to avoid that because that kind of breaks our code. And I don't want our code to be broken, so yeah, let's fix that. I think we just need to add that to our dominator tree, right? I don't know. I might save this for next time, to be honest. So let's run test regression. Generate regression tests. Alright, it passed 34 tests. And which ones does it skip? It just skips some of the passes ones. Okay. Yeah. So I'll pen this as something I should work on next time. I don't have time for OA prep right now, unfortunately. Or I might just do this off stream. Yeah. My voice is like dying a little bit, so I'm gonna get water. I'm gonna like make some food, I think. Yeah, let's clean this up real quick. Update mem to reg to work with function params. And then we can keep OA prep here as well. So in terms of all the other stuff I want to get done, this is all just like a very short list of things I want to do. Iterators will be interesting to implement. I don't really want to add more loops right now because I'm kind of lazy and they don't make the language more interesting. So I'm probably going to leave those be for now. Fee reduction to simplify CFG. I need more interesting code to get to that point still. Simplify con branch. I guess these two are kind of bundled together. Postfix increment decrement I don't really care about, to be honest. We can get rid of these two because those are duplicates of those. Yeah, so the rest of the stuff is pretty much everything else I can do that is interesting without having like backend code gen, which I will worry about soon, but stay tuned on that one. Let me just update this for next time. There was one other thing I think. Actually, yeah, we can add more param tests. Okay. Get status. Test. add first params test and add or update all tests for call parens. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to call today's episode. Yeah, my voice is like really dying. Thank you all so much for showing up to the stream, especially if you're new here, and also if you're a returning viewer. If you haven't already, make sure you like the stream if you enjoyed it, and make sure you sub to my channel, and join the Discord if you haven't. It's the best place to get pinged when I go live and chat with me and the broader community outside of stream hours. Everyone is a very chill person. It is a very nice community. Aside from that, make sure you add me on GitHub and connect with me on LinkedIn to stay up to date with what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest and unnuke my throat. Take care, y'all. Take it easy and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.